life. You know
It's a
what I mean?
bit.
It's a bit.
It's a,
What is this?
it's weird, right? I live with this every day. This is my reality.
Okay. So
What are you?
What are you?
what's up, guys, and welcome to episode 65 of Dropouts. This week we got Mariah Amato.
Hi.
I said her last name about 12 times, but that's okay.
Wow, that was sick.
Oh, yeah, we have sound effects.
You want to turn me down a little?
What?
So,
It's the same
I know,
volume
it's
that
just
it always
so
is.
loud in my ears
Got
right
sensitive
now.
ears this week. It happens.
I don't know. You want to turn me down?
I can't turn you down without turning
really?
everyone else down.
God, that's
Well, what
so
if you do the
annoying.
one ear,
Oh,
like
yeah, I
you're
guess I
cool
could
in
do
the
the one
studio
ear.
type thing?
All
Yeah.
right, sick, yeah. Okay, roll with it.
All right, roll the intro.
Yeah. Well,
Happy to have you here.
This is sick.
Thank you.
Oh my God, this is a vibe.
Well,
what's
welcome.
up, B-words? Welcome back to... Why do you talk
I apologize
every
for cutting
time?
you off, but you know,
every time.
Mariah looked at me like I really
I've
don't
been
want
doing
Indiana to
this for-
speak, and I was just trying to be nice to her guests.
I've been doing this for 65 episodes. I don't understand how you don't get the gist of things.
And you
by
notice
now.
how I apologize immediately?
What's up, B-words? Welcome back to Dropouts. Today we have a cool guest. Let's go.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's
so
fake
sorry
fighting.
if I caused that. Wow.
It's okay. We're okay. The reason we have you here is you're Italian, female, and we're trying to
Right.
replace someone on our panel. That'd be you by chance. But
Wait, so you're Italian?
I'm Italian.
Do you know what part of Italy?
Shaka, Sicily.
Oh, I'm from Sicily. Well, I'm not from Sicily, but like,
Right,
it's where my
family.
Italianness is from.
Nice.
Wow, look
and
at
then
us go.
Jared and I went to Olive Garden last week, so
Yeah.
we're kind of on your guys' level.
Big fettuccine
I
Alfredo
hate
guy.
Olive Garden.
No, thank you.
It's so gross.
Same
Yeah.
is what I was
I,
gonna say.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
terrible.
the breadsticks are like a maybe.
I'm going to
but that's
cancel the reservation.
the salad, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Pastas, though, are gross.
No,
they're gross.
Oh, I'm offended. I didn't want to throw around that word too soon. I'm offended.
I'm offended.
To kind of jump right in, I'm very interested in your story and how you got to the place that you are now. So is there a point in your life, can we start in high school? What were you like in high school?
I was. I might as well have been a dropout.
Welcome
If I'm
to the
being
show.
honest, like this
Welcome.
was like so on brand. I wasn't very good at school at all. Not that I didn't try. I actually really liked it. However, I just wasn't a student like sitting in a classroom and learning. I
Yeah.
had to be hands-on and I had to be doing something active to learn. And I'm a very visual learner, so it just like wasn't my thing. And I don't know. I had fun. I liked
Yeah.
going and seeing my friends. I was very outgoing, but I was not.
And where are you
very
from
smart.
again?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. What part?
Allentown?
Of course, Allentown.
Never heard of
Were your parents strict growing up with like grades and things like that, or did they understand that you weren't the best at?
I think they understood. I'm one of 4 siblings, and my 2 younger siblings are very smart, so they kind of pushed them a little more. And then me and my older brother were very hands-on. So neither of us went to college. My younger brother, younger sister went to college, and my parents didn't push it. They were just like, why don't you take a year off after high school and see what you want to do? Because I've always wanted to dance, and that's
Yeah.
what I pursued.
I was actually going to bring that up because
Yeah.
obviously we were doing, not in a weird way, we were doing a little bit of research. And clearly you're a dancer.
Yeah.
And I brought up your heels situation.
Yeah.
I can't walk in heels to save my life. And it's a problem with every stylist I've ever had because I'm like, gee, I feel like this dress would look cute with sneakers. And they're like,
Yeah.
Indiana, put on heels. I'm like,
Grow up.
I'm just going to be standing there
Yeah.
just like wobbling. But I noticed that you do a lot of heels classes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like I should take one of those to figure out how to walk in heels. Because if I can dance in heels, I can
Jared
walk
and I
in
will take it
heels.
with you. I told you that.
Oh, that would be
100%.
so much fun.
There's so
God.
many men that take class. It's so powerful.
Wow,
It's
we
insane.
should do
you
it.
teach classes, right?
I teach, yeah.
Oh, my
We've
God.
got to teach it right here.
We got to go to one of her class. I can't dance at all.
I'm sure you can break it down in a heels class.
We can try.
Well,
and that's
yes.
what matters.
That's all that matters.
That
yeah.
is what matters, that we break it down in a heel. Oh my God, would you guys do that?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, that'd be so
I
fun.
would,
I would
bust
love
it
that.
down. Absolutely. Have you seen me in heels, Jared?
Yeah.
A problem. That's what the kids
Those
say.
calves, something else.
That's what I've
She'd
been
be
saying.
so tall.
That is true. The height
be
would
too tall.
increase
Why do you have to do that to me?
because we're best friends, and I've got to rouse you a little bit, and then you get back at me, and then we move on with our life. You know
It's
what I
a
mean?
bit.
It's a bit.
It's a
What is this?
It's weird, right? I live with this every day. This is my reality.
Okay, so
What are you?
okay. So high school. Wait, when did you become a dancer?
when I was a child.
A child. Nice.
A child.
And then
Were you one of those people that like their moms put you in dance at like 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I sucked.
Oh yeah.
I had 2 left feet. I was a horrible dancer, and I was pigeon-toed.
well, you weren't walking
horrible.
6 months earlier, so I mean that's pretty
pigeon-toed
good.
too.
Right.
So how'd you actually overcome the pigeon-toedness and
My mom put my shoes on the opposite feet, she said.
what?
Yeah. I don't know if that helped at all. I mean, I don't have the best dancer turnout. And it comes from your hips.
See, I was about to ask about your dancer turnout, and I just didn't know if that'd be too personal. But now that we know we're allowed to ask about the dancer turnout,
Right. It is a touchy subject. I don't like my turnouts. So
okay, good. And then a
Not very
turnout would be
This is a great turnout. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
okay.
This is a turnout when you turn your feet out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess I
this
could've
is
just-
not
That's
good
quite-
in dance. That's
No.
called sickled foot.
gotcha.
And that's
Yeah.
how I stand on a regular.
Yeah.
Okay, so high school, and then how did you go from Pennsylvania to Los Angeles?
I always wanted to go to LA,
Yeah.
pretty much like everybody else. And I finished high school, and I was like, I really want to dance. And I was an hour and a half from Manhattan. So I started taking professional classes there, and I started going on auditions, and I was booking a lot of jobs in Manhattan, but it wasn't, the difference between New York and LA is New York is very jazz, ballet, Broadway, and LA is more commercial, which is what I wanted to do. And so I did everything I wanted to do in New York, and so I conquered that when I was 18, 19, and I was like, I want to move on. So I wanted to go to LA. And I had $200 in my pocket.
Nice.
Everybody told me I couldn't do it. My parents and my family supported me, and they were like, you can do it. Just do it. So
That's
I
all
went
you
out,
need,
and
just
they
a
were like,
couple
if you
people
want
in
to
your
come
corner.
back, right, like
Yeah.
have some sort of like support and backbone to go back to. So my parents, still to this day, I've been out here 6 years, and they're like, if you want to come back, you can come back. And I'm like, I'm good.
No, that same thing with my mom. She'll call and be like, hey, you just want me to cover gas this week? I'm like, Mom, actually, I don't. Well, how we met, just similar to your $200 story, we met in a 2-bedroom apartment with 10 people when we first moved out here.
10?
It was 10 of us.
Our room had 3 sets of bunk beds, so there's 6 people in there.
How many bathrooms?
2 bathrooms. One
But
didn't
one of
really
them-
work.
yeah.
Yeah,
One,
of them was
one a few boys would use to bring girls over and have sex with, so we didn't use that one, and
Right.
we didn't know them. So
A smush room.
the smush room.
smush
You
room.
bet
Yeah.
it's a smush room.
It's a smush room. What do you
So
want me to do?
Jared and I decided, hey, what if we moved out from this hellhole, and then we moved 6 people into this apartment at one time, and now it's just us.
Eventually, like one by one, people kept leaving, and then they got to the point where they could afford this place, just them two. And I was like, growth, guys, growth. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
character
But
development.
then no, I love like stories of people coming here and being like, yeah, I had absolutely nothing, and then
Yeah,
not.
nothing.
I feel like those are the most humble people when they become successful, and like those are the people that really inspire people. So that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Remember where you come from.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have really strong with your family? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
How often do you go back?
Now I go back like every other month. When I first came out here and I didn't have money, I tried to just go home for Christmas at least. But I know I went a year without going home, and I was like, I don't want this to ever happen again.
Yeah.
So I just hustled and made more money.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been home in like, I'm originally from Australia. And I haven't been home.
Australia?
I don't really have an accent anymore. My accent like is pretty lost. I've been here about 6 years as well. I moved here in
Wow.
like 2015, 2016
By yourself?
with my mom. But she's actually moving back in December, so it'll just be me.
Are you sad?
I
I would be a mess.
I am a little sad because I think, pretty dependent on my mom. But at the same time, though, I moved out of home. Like, I already live alone. Not
Right.
alone, but I already moved out of home, and I'm a
Yeah.
very independent person. So it's not that I can't do these things by myself. It's just that, like, my mom's here, so she gives me a hand with things.
Yeah.
But I think I'll be pretty...
Being from Australia and then also Pennsylvania, which is almost a completely different country than LA, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is your biggest culture shock about LA? Maybe first when it started, or still, or I came from Georgia, and just being here, I'm like, this isn't a real place. This is
Yeah,
isn't real.
it still feels like a fantasy. And I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people that I meet out here are stuck in this fantasy bubble, and they have no sense of reality. So I
Yeah.
would say the people.
100%.
It's hard to get used to the people.
I mean, it's super hard to find down to earth people. I found
Yeah.
like a lot of people. I mean, just clout
think-
chasers, and I don't know if that's the right term, but like just
right.
a
Not
lot of social-
everybody.
no,
but-
not everybody.
But yeah.
But there's a lot more than any other area. So you kind of get like you don't know who to trust a little bit.
Right.
I think on a surface level, things that I was shocked about, like in a funny surface level way, where it's like the size of your food in the U.S. It's like
Oh, interesting.
massive. Like the different like this size of cup does not exist in Australia. It's huge. It's huge, and people
That's
put
big.
like
Or most parts of the world.
people put like Coke and like sodas and things like this.
No, I was looking at because I had to bring you barbecue sauce today, but you got it from Australia and has a label on it of how healthy it is. It's like a 5-star rating.
yeah. They're like,
On all the
it's
food.
on all the food in
America
Australia.
would never.
No, they're like, oh, this. Yeah, what we think is healthy is probably really a 1-star.
What's the worst thing we can put inside of you? Let's do it. That's
Yeah.
America.
Anyway, so that's like surface level. What I was like pretty
Wow.
shocked about.
No,
like
that's
the
so
small,
interesting.
like your small over here is equivalent to like our large or extra large. Like literally, like I'm not kidding. And then on like a deeper level, you mentioned like cloud chasers or social climbers or people like that.
And that's probably more just
So-
our industry, not
Yeah,
LA in a
well,
full.
right.
I think about that a lot, and I always blame LA. Like LA's filled with fake people, LA's filled with this, LA's that. But I think it's our industry for one, and I think the industry that we're all in puts a really, really dark sense of like people in your mind a little bit, and not to be like too sad and depressing, but I think you do lose a lot of your sense of trust with people once you enter this industry
Your
because
guard goes up.
Yeah, your guard completely goes up. And if it was up before, you've just got many, many walls up now.
Right.
So yeah, I think, I don't know. I think it might just be our industry, but I also know that LA is just filled with like a lot of shitty people. But once you find your great people, like normally they've migrated from somewhere else. So
Right.
yeah.
What's
like,
funny is my like set group of friends that I have are East Coast.
yeah, all my set group, like my set. Like it's not just you two.
my large group of these two.
Oh, that was so sad. I went, yeah, like my set group of Georgia and
And by this,
you
I
gotta
mean this.
I'm sure she's an acquaintance at this point. At some point, she's going to become your friend. And then you got 3. There's 3 of us.
And
my
there's
God.
3.
But then one of us got to drop out, unfortunately, because 2's the quota. I think it's going to be me.
I think it's gonna be me.
What?
You're going to drop out
Out of your own friend group? So it's just us 3 hanging out and you're gone?
I feel like it could happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No. In fact, I don't.
I guess piggybacking off all of that, you're in a very, not very public relationship, but it's online. How is that different from a relationship you've had like in the past and like what barriers had to go through or what's really good about it compared to like Pennsylvania relationships where it's like not everyone in the world knows that you're dating, you know?
Right.
Or if they do know you're dating, it's more of like a, gosh, it's. Yeah, go ahead. I can't really put into words what I'm thinking of.
well, Heath is my first real boyfriend.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
I dated one other person in Pennsylvania for like a couple months, and I didn't consider it.
And he's
a real
actually here
relationship.
now.
Oh my god, get me out of here!
He makes that joke with everyone, so.
But the online relationship, it's definitely fun, but there is pressure to constantly post together, which is not very healthy.
Yeah.
We don't post together all the time, but we're together every hour of the day. And if we don't post one day, there's people that are like already
Did they
spreading
break up? Did they break up? Did they
You're
break
not
up?
together. You're not together. I'm like, hold on. Does this have to be like a thing? So I constantly feel like I have to like nurture the relationship and nurture the audience.
So do you guys separate it where you know it's like, okay, I'm doing this for him or he's doing this for me for a video or he's doing this for me, but it's also on video or he does stuff for me off video, you do stuff for him off video? Like, how do you differentiate?
We definitely do more stuff off video.
Yeah.
That's more meaningful, but he does a lot of things where he just so happens to be filming it and it's very organic, which is good. Like
Yeah.
we're very on the same page about everything. And it's mostly his videos too, because I don't do YouTube or anything. I just do the podcast. And
TikTok. I've watched
and
you kill it on TikTok.
I tried to like skim over that. I'm 27 and I'm like, do I even say I'm on TikTok?
I'm
But
26. That's how I make my money. So you're all good.
Okay, then we're good. Then I'm
Yeah,
on TikTok.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It keeps it alive. We want to keep our creative juices flowing, and
Yeah.
we both go through like a whole roller coaster of like we don't feel creative and like we feel creative. So we try to keep each other our careers going.
That's
So
really
it helps,
interesting.
yeah.
I feel like you and I have like a similar thing. Like we want to be creative all the time. Obviously, that's our job. What do you guys do to get out of that creative rut? I don't know if you get in it too often, but it's just like
creative block.
yeah, it's like I don't know what's going on.
We're going through it right now.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I mean, we usually will sit down and we'll literally like it's cliche, but we'll like write down things that we can do. It's especially hard now on the internet because everything gets picked apart. So we're like, well, we know what we would like to do. We have a lot of good ideas, but people are going to take this the wrong way. So it's like constantly changing like the way that we want to post, which is also not good, but we're figuring it out.
That's what I was actually talking to her the other day about. I want to get like a creative group of people in LA together that meets maybe once, maybe twice a month, where it's like a think tank and everybody come, hey, do you like this idea that I have? And people can be like, yeah. How if you expand upon it? And it's not like stealing ideas. It's like helping each other create the ideas. And then you all like separate and go do your own thing. And then you'd be
There's
like,
nothing like that.
yeah, I really want to make something like where everybody just comes together and it's like think. And it's not like, it's not us coming together for that moment to collab and make videos then, but it's the planning of maybe collabing later or just doing your own thing. And but we're helping you do your own thing too, and you're helping us like that way. Because if I told you an idea, you might be like, it would be better this way. And then same thing if you told it to me.
Yeah.
So I
Absolutely.
thought it'd
That
be
would
interesting.
actually help so much.
Yeah, I think
because
it
you need
also-
other brains,
Yeah,
other
yeah.
creative people.
It creates like an accountability for people. Because I know like Zach and Jared are the two people that hold me accountable for anything I do in my work. And I try to do the same for them. So, yeah. I think
Well,
that would be good.
That idea's out there, Jared. Write it down before somebody steals it.
Write it down.
Okay. Do you have any, or do you and Heath have any plans like together for things you want to do in the future, or just for yourself? Do you want to like see how far you can take the dancing and things like that, or what is like your plan in this industry? Not to get too deep. If
No,
you don't
I
want
have
to.
a question.
Yeah, no, feel free.
Yes, Indiana.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I obviously know like the end game for actors and singers. It's either to be on radio or on the charts or tour. Or,
I think that's what I was trying to say, but you
like
say it better.
what's the end game for like dancers? Like where does that?
It's tough. A lot of dancers stop dancing around. Oh my God. I didn't want to feel that. A lot of dancers stop dancing late 20s, early 30s. I know a lot of dancers in their like mid 30s. But I'm getting to like that end. I can feel my body like it's more difficult now, but I do want to keep going. But I would say the end game, like I personally would love to open my own studio. If you physically can't dance anymore, you start choreographing. Like there's a lot of choreographers that choreograph for backup dancing for Beyonce and Justin Bieber and whoever. So it would normally be something like that and just producing
cool.
music videos and
Is that something you
like
think
that.
you want to do?
yeah, I choreographed my first music video recently, and
my
I
God.
didn't know that I liked that stuff. I just did it, and I was like, oh, I really like this. So that's definitely something in the works, but for sure I want to open my own studio because I love teaching kids.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very cute.
How do you start? Do you create a lot of your own dances? Like as far as like
how do you choreograph a dance?
like
Is
that's
that what you're asking?
yeah.
It's hard. I get a lot of like creative blocks in that sense too. If I have a block, I sit and I get inspiration from other dancers and I take what they're doing and I twist it into my own.
Is there a cliche that a lot of dancers do that you'll always notice? Like a lot of singers might do like something that a lot of people do. I don't know what it is, but is there like a cliche move or something that everybody's like, oh, you did that again?
Every TikTok move.
Every TikTok.
I walk into a class now and they'll do a TikTok move and we're just like,
Okay, I feel like
let's
that
not.
would immediately cheapen a dance.
yes, yes.
Every
that's
time
exactly
I see
how I
professional
feel.
dancers and I see them like they really intensely like hit a whoa.
Yes.
And
I'm like, it's okay. It's
like-
okay. Like, you're good.
like I mean, yeah, didn't need to do it.
Yeah, I don't
Do you know
think
what
they
I mean?
need it.
No,
Yeah.
because they're so good. And we were literally discussing this when looking at your TikToks and looking how incredible your dances is. We're like, you can so tell the difference between.
Well,
a
yeah, when she
professional
did that
dancer.
full side flip onto her heels,
Yeah,
I was
what?
like, yeah, she knows how to move.
I was like, yeah, okay, sick. But like, you really can tell a difference, and I'm like, it almost like, it's almost. What's the word? It's almost what's the word I'm thinking of?
I don't know. What are you trying to say?
Magical.
No. It's the word. It's
Yeah,
it's almost
more descriptive.
it's
You're on a,
What is the context
the
you're
word.
trying
Okay, I
It's
don't
the
know.
word. It's the word. You know the word.
It's not offensive. It's almost a little degrading or demeaning to dancers when like
Immature.
like things like
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, the levels are so different. Like you've been
Yeah.
dancing since you were 2, and they learned to move that somebody else choreographed and didn't give them any credit
Yeah.
for choreograph. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly
No,
what you mean.
maybe that's
Yeah.
just my thought process on it.
No,
But
I agree.
yeah, it wears me
It's
out. a
okay to
little.
separate it.
Yeah.
Professional dancers can do TikTok dances, but don't bring it to the professional world.
Mm-hmm.
and that's the T, sis, as the kids say. you've got to be incredibly strong to like. I saw
Holy shit.
Shit.
we were watching.
Were you watching that one video where she like flipped up?
Well, I saw the one where
I just saw her do a push up, and I was like, I can't even do that.
Well, that's the thing. There's one where I was like, this woman is like a legitimate ninja, where she's just doing like side flips and whatever. And then there's one where you flip, you land, and then you lift yourself up like holding your leg. And then you go full up, and then you flip again, and then you do a push up. And I was like, oh my God. This is like
I got tired from watching.
It's
I had to go sit
exhausting
down.
looking at that.
Yeah.
And also, like, you have a very like slender figure as well, so I feel like you would never be able to tell that you can just lift your weight like that. Like, that's crazy.
How good has your boyfriend gotten at dancing since you've been with him?
Oh, he's pretty
Exponential?
good.
Yeah?
And he actually comes to me and he's like, I'll learn a dance. I'm like, okay. I don't have, it's not like pulling teeth. Like, he likes doing it.
That's so
and
sweet.
he loves learning.
Where is he from?
Florida.
Does he ever take you down to the Florida?
The hoedown? What were you
The
gonna say?
hoedown? Well,
I go to Florida a lot.
What do you think about Florida?
Hot.
Yeah,
Humid.
I used to live
Yeah.
like 20 minutes from Florida, and that is another nation. Like the people out there, like where I used to live. God,
You know what I think is weird?
What?
In the U.S., your states are so defined, if that makes sense. Like, L.A. is not New York. New York is not Texas. Texas is not Wyoming. You know what I mean? Like, they're so different, and there's such a vast variety of things in the U.S. But in Australia, it's like you travel from Perth to Sydney, you get the basic premise of things. Yeah, it's the same.
You see a kangaroo.
Yeah, the beaches are pretty much similar. The people are pretty much similar. There might be a little more nightlife here, or a little more out back here, but like that's pretty
Steakhouse?
much it.
Used to work there.
Good bread. My sister was a host there.
I used to be a server there.
The bread is
We got to join forces.
phenomenal. Yeah, we don't have a choice now.
No, we got an Australian too. Marketing.
I saw something on TikTok about, I think it was Australia, where he was so confused how he was like, you could get from one part of Australia to the next in how many hours?
Like 5.5 hours?
Yeah. And then if you drive 5.5 hours in California, you're still in California. And he just couldn't wrap his head around that. I was like, wait, Australia's not that big? Am I like dumb?
Well, no, we're flying 5.5 hours.
Oh, I was so confused.
I was so confused.
I was like, okay, Australia's not big at all.
I was like, Australia's smaller.
I know, I was so confused. Because he used the word travel. And I was like, what do you mean? He was so confused how, like, the size of America.
So, yeah, Australia is the same size as North America. The state that I come from, which is Western Australia, we were real creative with our state names, by the way, which is Western Australia, can fit 4 Texases inside of Western Australia.
Damn.
But the issue is it's the population of Australia is only like 27 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's only 27 million because so much of Australia is just uninhabitable. Like you can't. Like
Jared,
it's
you
just
trying to correct her if she's
desert.
wrong? Yeah. Look at him over there. Just
Get her.
conniving.
I think the last thing they did was in like 2018. It was like 24 million or 25 million.
25 million.
Very
Nailed
good.
it.
So I'm gonna assume there's a couple more million now.
Maybe
less, maybe more. I don't know. Whatever ranges between that size, but that is,
wow,
maybe California.
Not what I thought.
not what I thought.
I definitely did
But
not
it's
listen
huge.
to that TikTok.
But it's huge. Like you
Massive,
have. I mean,
yeah.
you can't. I wouldn't suggest driving across Australia. It's just desert.
When you moved here, did you have the experience of driving from Pennsylvania, or did you fly over here?
Wouldn't catch me dead doing that. No.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely not. No, I flew.
Did you fly?
I flew Spirit.
Hell yeah.
We're flying Spirit this weekend.
Hell yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
kind of like Spirit.
We got some shit for it, but the flights are cheap, man.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It gets me from point A to point B. I've never had an issue with Spirit.
No, I mean, you knock out on every plane, so you're gonna be good to go. I'm like the giant guy and like the tiny thing, so I'm like, hey, you mind moving over? And they're like, no. I said, cool.
Cool, just making sure.
Okay, so obviously you moved out here and you became into the limelight. Your group of friends are. What is the biggest moment where you're like, what the hell is my life? Like what? How did I get here?
I think I say that almost every day. I'm like, what is this life? What is it? I just cannot believe it. I think when I first started dating Heath and I saw his lifestyle, and because I never experienced the social media lifestyle, and when I saw what him and his friends were doing, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is a thing. I didn't understand it. And still to this day, like, I'm just like, this is like a way of living.
Wild. It's
Yeah,
wild.
it's insane. I can't wrap my head around it. I'm like so grateful every single day. I'm just confused.
Was there like one big moment where you're like, we did okay. Now you're just in bed at the end of the day. You're like, we did what today? Like if you would have told yourself that morning, you're like, I'm not gonna do this today. And then
yeah, I remember one of the first times that I was like, what the heck? I can do this. We went to Rodeo Drive, just randomly, just went for dinner. And when we were done with dinner, David was like, okay, I'm going to flip a coin. If it lands on heads, we're going to Vegas right now. Jeez. And I was like, what do you, and I was like, okay, didn't wrap my head around it. And it landed on heads and we all booked flights and we left 2 hours later. And I was like, we can do this.
We can do this.
I was and then we were in Vegas
crazy.
For maybe like 5 hours and then we came back.
What?
And that's like a normal thing. Like we just go to Vegas for the night and we come back.
That's wild.
What does your family think about all this? Like, how do they process? You're like, yeah, we went to Vegas and then we bet a lot of money but we came back on like 6 hours.
When I first started doing that, they were just like, what do you mean? I would call them for my mom always says, call me at every destination. Like, keep in touch. So I call them for everything. And I was like, I know this is confusing, but this. And my siblings think it's really cool. And then my parents are still like, okay, like you're good on money. And I was like, I'm good now, Ma. Like, it's okay. That's their biggest concern with everything. They're like, and you have money to do this? I'm like, I'm good. Like, relax.
Okay.
That'll always be a parent's concern.
Yeah, always.
Sounds like my grandma.
My dad, when I bought my first car, my dad was like, and you do what again?
Yeah.
You sure? All right.
Yeah, to a much like lesser extent, I'll like call friends or family back home and I forget where I live and what I do. So I just say things like they're normal now.
They're like,
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're like, yeah, we like rode on this bull on top of a volcano. It is what it is. And they're like, oh, what?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It
brings you back to reality a little.
Yes.
Like one time, who were you on the phone with FaceTiming me? I was painting your wall and you were playing basketball with who?
Sway Lee. Mm-hmm. Like, just.
Who's with Sway Lee? And FaceTimes me, and I'm mad because I'm being like nice, and I'm painting the second coat of his wall. But I'm like low-key mad about it. But
right,
I'm low-key
of course,
not.
yeah.
It's like, I'm painting, and I get a FaceTime call, and he goes, I'm FaceTiming with this person. I'm like, who is this? And he goes, why didn't you react? I was like, what do you mean? He goes, that's Sway Lee. And I was like, oh, shit, what a weird life I live.
That's a very weird thing, like going back and realizing how many celebrities, but it's kind of normal. Like you'll see them on the street.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And my family will see a video of me with like David Blaine and they're like, why didn't you tell us about this? And I'm like, it doesn't click sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, this is life now. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm sure you meet a lot of celebrities. Is there anyone where you like, you know way too much information about them, but you like got to play it cool? Like, what was your name again?
Maybe David Blaine. I used to watch David Blaine as a kid. Like I was obsessed with him. And then now he'll like hang around and I'm like, what?
And you just got to be like, you want
hi.
water from the kitchen? I'm going there.
Dan, you good, Dan? Oh, David, sorry.
That's really funny.
In a weird way for me, it was like I used to watch David's videos like as growing up and before I got into the industry.
Because that was more your Disney Channel. I feel like us was like Disney Channel. We were growing, when like YouTube was more.
Yeah,
That's so Raven.
Weirdly,
sister. You want sister?
Sister. Yeah.
She knows.
So weirdly, YouTube wasn't like really my thing. Like I had a couple of like YouTubers that I really, really enjoyed, and that was about it. Like I didn't know about any. Like you were talking about it yesterday. I had no idea what MagCon was or anything like that. I just didn't.
Fine.
Like I didn't know what any of that was. It wasn't. Social media influencers weren't as widespread to Australia in my childhood.
Oh, really?
But David Dobrik was. Like he was huge.
He
like,
transcended.
He made it over there. So like he's good.
Yeah.
So I would watch his videos and I'd be like, oh, that's crazy. Like look at the life you live. Wow, weird. And then I came over here and then I bumped into him at VidCon one time. My car had been pulled up to valet because I was leaving and he was leaning against my car and I was like, who's that leaning? I was like, hey, I gotta get in my car. And he's like, oh, sick. I was like, can I get a selfie? And he was like, yeah, he's super nice.
He's
Every
the
time
nicest.
I run into him now, because like I've met him a couple times now, but like every time it takes me back because I'm like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
That's
It's like a
so
full circle
weird.
moment.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is a massive full circle moment. And now it's like the brands that I would save up all my money for as a kid reach out to me and like send me things and I freak out. I'm like, Benefit Cosmetics. I used to, oh my God. I was just talking to them because they did my eyebrows a couple days ago. And I was like, by the way, like I saved up all my money to buy the hula bronzer when I was like 13 years old. And it took me so long, but thank you. And now you're doing my eyebrows.
It's unreal. I feel like I'll never not freak out.
No, never. Like it's
unbelievable.
Wild to me.
Wild.
Because deep down, you're still that girl that moved here with $200.
Right,
in her
exactly.
pocket.
Yeah.
And that's
it's
what
just
keeps you
unbelievable.
grounded.
I cannot believe like the opportunities. It's insane. There's nothing like it.
So
over
what
here.
did you go through your first couple of months with that $200 in your pocket?
So I stayed in an Airbnb when I first came out here.
That wouldn't have been cheap.
No, he charged me. Well, it was cheap because it was under construction. It was a house that was under construction. So there was no kitchen. There was 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, which was where I stayed. And the rest was just, there was no floors. It was totally under construction. The windows were barely like in. So like it was very open. And I showed up and I walked in and it was like, there was sawdust. It was horrible. There was 1 mattress on the floor. I had 1 suitcase with me and I was like, okay, this is life. Like start working. And I started working and then the guy was like, listen, we're going to sell the house. Like, but my brother has another house that you can move into, another Airbnb, but it's under construction. So I did the same thing. I moved to another house. The bed was actually in a frame this time. And I was like, upgrade. Like, woo! Yeah. So still had 1 bed. I still like had everything in my suitcase because there was no closets. Like it was horrible. And then I worked at a dance studio. And then what else did I do? I got a job at Panda Express.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God.
What is the best food at Panda Express?
Okay.
Orange chicken.
Well, I feel like,
there's
she's got some insight.
There's a discontinued product.
Okay, I got to hear about it.
Product. There was an item called Shoshone chicken, and it was last year for like half the year, and they got rid of it. But it was the best. It was just like crispy chicken strips that were like spicy. But I love getting a good bowl with all chow mein, fresh chow mein.
Love chow mein.
Beijing beef is insane.
Really? You're Beijing beef?
I'm a Beijing beef bitch. I
That's our t-shirt.
love it. Beijing beef bitch. I love Beijing beef. It's so good. Orange chicken is good, but like it's so like cliche.
It is cliche.
I enjoy the orange chicken,
Good.
chow mein, and then sometimes I'll get the walnut shrimp. It depends on the day. Or I get
Depends on the day.
Sometimes I'll just like ball out and get the chef special because sometimes they'll just like
Yum.
the chef specials. Just you never know what you're
Yeah,
gonna get. So I eat my orange chicken and then I get a side of the sweet and sour sauce and I put it on my chow mein.
Good.
Yeah,
It's a good decision.
What's cool about the Panda that I worked at, it was exclusive. No, it's called the Innovation Kitchen, and we had a tea bar. So we had like boba and coffee and smoothies.
Where
and
was
stuff.
this?
It was in Monterey Park, which is like East LA area.
I don't want to.
There is a few. The closest one to here is Pasadena.
I love that you know this.
Yeah, of course. I go to all of them. I have to. If I want Panda, I will go to the one with the tea bar because they also have burritos and salads. So
Wait, what?
if you want chow mein and orange chicken
In
with
a
everything,
burrito?
we wrap it in a burrito. I know.
Shut
It's
the
insane.
hell up.
I
I'm
really
going
want
after
to.
this.
Yeah.
If we drop your name there, you think we
Get
get
a
like a
discount?
$2
I
off
should give
coupon?
you I keep my name tag so that I'm just like, oh, I work here and I get a discount.
Do you really?
I have so many name tags. I'll just, you get a name tag. You look under your chairs. You get a name tag.
You're gonna get a call from us. It's like, hey, can we swing by for that name tag?
Yeah,
we gotta
of
eat
course.
today.
Yo,
Of course.
Well, I mean, I should probably not put that in. So sorry about that.
Hey, so you live on this address down the street, and then your gate code. Remember that?
Right.
Off the record. Back on the record.
So how long were you working, quote unquote, normal jobs until like one day you were like, wow, I can just entertainment is being able to pay for my lifestyle?
Yeah, like when did you quit your last either serving job or normal job where you were like getting paychecks per week to be like, I can do influencing or I can do dancing full time?
So when I moved to LA, I told myself like, you're not moving until you have a steady job. So I got offered a dance teaching position, and that got me out here. I was like, let's go. So teaching dance and being a dancer doesn't pay the bills. So I worked at Panda, and
This is at what age? Sorry.
I was 22.
Gotcha.
21? 22.
21? Okay.
21, 22. And I worked at Panda. I worked at the studio. And I worked at Panda for maybe 2 years, I would say. And then one day I walked in and a customer gave me a hard time like 5 minutes into opening, and I just like had a panic attack, and I went to my boss and she saw it in my face and she was like, just go for the day. And I left and I just never came back. I was like, this is not for me.
Well, we still got that
So-
name tag.
Yeah, so I worked at the studio. I took on extra hours. I started babysitting, and I met Heath, and
How'd you guys meet?
a friend introduced us. Our friend
introduced
Jessica introduced us.
Shout out Jessica.
Shout out Jessica. And then, so I wasn't making a lot of money. Heath was editing a video and he was complaining because apparently YouTubers don't like editing their own videos. It's like a thing where they're like, this is the worst part. Like, "Ugh." So he was getting like to that point, and I was like, let me try. I've never owned a laptop in my life. I was like, let me try. Like, teach me the buttons. So he taught me a few. He was like, all right. So he passed it over, taught me a few buttons. He left for the day. I finished the whole thing.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I really like this. I love like being creative and putting these puzzle pieces together. And then I started researching like how to add effects and like stuff like that. And he hired me as like his editor. And then his friends liked what I did because I brought something different. I edited them very differently than what they're used to. So I started doing everybody else's videos.
You built up a clientele. That's nice.
Yeah, and
what
that
I did.
I didn't know
what
I
I
had a
did,
love
yeah.
for editing.
That's what
and
I
now-
did.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he had a love for editing like you do, but I think that's how he built up his he built up clientele with editing, and then like
And then you become so personal with the people that you edit for. Like you'll naturally become friends because you know everything about them. They put it on camera. They don't
Right.
really know anything about
Yeah,
you
you
yet.
see all the
but-
dirt.
Oh,
I've seen a lot of
I've
stuff.
seen
that
everything.
you got to cut out, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Zach. Yeah, we've had these conversations.
I mean, off record, all right. Well, back on the record.
I'm already just picturing the edit. It's like,
Sorry,
boop,
dude.
Back on
I know.
the
I try to
record,
say
boop.
it so it's
Off
like
the
so
record.
easy for you.
Back on the record.
I know. I try to make it easy because I know how much editing sucks. So I try to say it exactly so you could just like. Okay, so you started doing that, building up the clientele that way, and then how long did you do that for? Are you're still editing the podcast?
I still do it. Yeah, I do the podcast, and I still do like a couple of the friends when they do vlog.
Because they probably like they have to have once you find a style you like in editing, like they have to keep you forever. Even if you're
Right.
the president, you're still going to be editing their videos because it's like you make their videos. The editing is like so great.
That's
Right.
how we feel about Zach and Jared. Like these are the only two people I enjoy their styles of editing,
Right,
and I'm like,
yeah.
I don't. Plus, I think if any other editor made fun of me, I'd be like,
Yeah, I don't know if I can
Frick
give my
you.
raw footage to somebody.
but if the raw footage, two, I'm like, frick you, man, you didn't even know me. You can't make fun of me like that. Like they can because they know me,
Right.
but I don't know. I think my feelings would get hurt.
You guys started dating, and then was it like fire at first glance, or was it a slow burn?
How did you go from editor to girlfriend?
Well, I
Wait,
would-
your girlfriend first?
Yeah, girlfriend
Okay, we
first.
mixed up the timeline.
Yeah. So my friend, when it was coming up to the time of meeting him, she was like, oh, my friend's like pre-gaming at his house. And I'm not like a party person, but I wanted to make friends. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll go. So it was Heath and Zane's apartment. And she goes, trust me, you're going to love this, my friend Heath and all this stuff. And she's hyping up Heath. And I'm like, okay, cool. She was like, you guys are going to get along. Trust me. We show up to the apartment. I meet the Heath. And I'm like, I look at her. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Because he's smoking a cigarette. He's drunk. He's in a cowboy hat and cowboy boots. And I'm like,
You're exact opposite at this
Like-
point.
the exact
fresh out of
opposite.
Florida.
Yes,
You went-
fresh out of Florida. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I was like, okay, let's get this over with. So I introduced myself. He introduced himself. And I like kind of test the waters. I like throw out a joke. Like I was being sarcastic about something. And he spit right back at me. And I was like, oh, perfect. So we got along personality wise. But he was like, I am like the total opposite of like a party person. And that was like his lifestyle. But once he opened his mouth and he's a mama's boy and he's just like such a good person. And I'm like, oh,
Get the
like I
southern
felt,
charm.
and I had to call my mom and say I fell for a cowboy. I was like, ugh,
Had to take the hat from him, put it on. And you're like, looks like the rest of life, huh?
this is it. This is what life looks like. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. He's great.
I love stories like that. They
Yeah.
make me happy.
I'm unexpected.
I'm like an absolute like Jared is the definition of a hopeless romantic for one. Two.
What?
One.
Huh, me? What?
Falls for person at first conversation.
It happens, you know.
Never happens.
I'm like the person that just loves hearing these stories, except in my own like romantic lives and things. I'm very closed off, and I'm very like people have to like literally pry away at me to be like, okay,
Yeah.
But then once I think you get in, I'm decent. I'm a decently nice person.
Was he a hit with the family immediately? Because Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Because just talkative and like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
He's
good.
very like dominant, and he's just like so relaxed and calm. Cool,
What about
collected.
you with his family?
Love them.
Love them? Good.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's always great when like the families can come
Yeah.
together. Do the families come together?
Yeah,
and like they like that?
His family came to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving one year.
Oh, that's really cool. I bet that
I
was
know,
fun.
it was so fun. It was
Oh
like
my
watching
God.
like two kids like just like have a play date. I'm like, this is great. It was so fun.
Not to stereotype, but can your mom throw down in the kitchen?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I could
She's
tell.
Again,
Italian.
offended.
She's Italian.
Write that down.
Of course, she can
Of
throw down. in the
course,
kitchen.
yeah.
What is her meal?
What isn't her real? She makes bomb chicken cutlet, big ziti, lasagna, of course.
Oh, lasagna is my favorite food ever.
Those are my favorites.
I'm just
that
hungry
she
right now,
makes.
so I just got to get some
Starving.
information.
I
We're talking
want
about Panda Express. Listen, if this thing ends soon enough, we got one around the corner. That's all I'm saying.
Is it the one with the burrito?
No, we
It also is really bad 90% of the
It's
time.
not good. The panda around the corner from us is not.
That's part of the experience. That way you know other pandas are better.
Yeah.
It's a
It
magic
can only go
experience.
up from this one.
I know you thought we brought you on here because we care about your life and all that.
We
but
don't. We just want to talk about panda and
Panda
get the.
Express.
I
Yes.
figured. No, yeah.
What was the closing time of the normal Panda Express?
10.
10 p.m. Good to know.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
So weird.
Okay, you're good to go. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the door's right there. Let it hit
Help
you on the way out.
yourself.
So,
So,
So along with like dancing and stuff, would you also consider yourself a contortionist? Because I've seen like specifically like this photo. How did you not break your back?
hey, girl. Oh my God. What's that caption? I'm gonna head out.
Oh my.
Also,
Yeah.
your Instagram is you're
That
the
looks like you're
queen
gonna-
of puns.
Yeah,
Every photo.
I love captioning. It's very stressful. That's the most stressful part of work is
The
captioning.
captioning.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would 100%.
Because I set the bar too high, and
You
now
set
I
up
have to.
really
then you
high.
got to outdo yourself every time.
Exactly. It's
Wait,
horrible.
the exit. I'm gonna head out. That's hilarious.
So,
Ow.
That's
So
me.
how'd you figure out that you could do that?
That's my question. How did you? Yeah, how did you figure out you could do that?
I guess I used to be considered a contortion. Now that I'm older, my body can't do what it used to.
Okay.
Like if that was back in the day, I could probably touch my feet to my head, no problem. But I don't consider myself a contortion now. I consider myself an acrobat.
Okay.
So that's more like an acrobatic breakdancing pose. But when I was younger, I used to experiment a lot. I actually have never taken like an acrobatics class. I was in dance my whole life, but I learned from YouTube, and I just watched like people on TV and people on YouTube, and I would just mimic what they would do and just work on it until I mastered it.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Have you gotten injured at all doing it?
Knock on wood, no. I don't
Okay.
know how.
I got you. Perfect. It's IKEA, so I don't know if it's wood, but hopefully.
Like particle wood.
Particle wood. That's,
Oh my God, I'm panicking. Where's the freaking wood?
This is wood. This is wood, right?
Yeah, that's wood.
Yeah. The
we're good, we're good,
close
we're good.
enough.
Yeah,
Those
you're
are our bootleg. They're the $10 IKEA tables that I like.
Oh, you put tiles
industrial.
on them?
I super glued.
I love that.
concrete and tiles to them. So
I
now they're
love
heavy.
that.
Yeah.
Story of my life. I'm
Thank
so
you.
frugal.
No,
That's
she's
amazing.
telling me she's the queen of finding like how do you explain knick-knack
Knickknacks,
things?
right? Yeah.
So
I know all the hot spots. Like my whole house is like just stuff like that.
Oh, I might
Yeah.
need to get some
I know all the
input.
secret spots.
Because
yeah.
like off the record, sorry, Jared.
I thought you
Yeah.
were trying to keep secret that you want knickknacks, and I was like, keep that under wraps.
right.
Yeah, I want knickknacks. I want a lot of knickknacks.
you.
Heard you the knickknack queen. I
Yeah.
need like little decorative things, and little bowls and vases and
Yeah.
She just comes here. You come for a podcast, and you're our interior decorator now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. But
she's our panda representative
Right.
and our knickknack finder.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that's-
dance instructor.
and dance
Yeah.
instructor.
So
just
really, we're only getting things out of you, and you're not really
Right.
getting anything out of us, and that's fine.
That
I'm
does
getting
not
so
seem-
much out of you.
Yeah, you're right. She's gonna.
I learned all about Australia today. And I
How's
learned
your
not
tooth?
to sit that close to the mic.
I haven't done that in a while.
You want to take a lap? You okay?
I remember my first podcast.
It feels like a bee sting on your lips.
It happens to the best of us, and sometimes the worst. Okay, Jared, did you have any?
Yeah. Is there like I saw in some of your posts as well that you kind of dabble in the world of singing? Like is music kind of in your realm of possibilities of where you want to take your career?
I would love to. I have like a confidence issue. Definitely not.
See, that's how I feel about dancing. Because
Yeah.
Jared's a producer, so he produces music. I sing and I act. But then every time it comes to dancing, I just like lose every ounce of confidence and like swag and just anything. I'm just like,
I feel that.
Especially in classes. I like a couple months ago, or not a couple months ago, but a couple of years ago, my management team was like, Indiana, you're going on performance. You need to start taking dance classes. And I was like, it was the bane of my existence to go to dance.
Do you think you can teach anyone to dance, or is it kind of you kind of have to have a little rhythm? Really?
Everybody
Really?
can dance.
I
Yeah.
would love to learn how
Everybody
to
can dance. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so sick if you could just bust a move in the middle of a party?
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I'm straight up. I'm stuck in like Hitch, like the 2-step.
Yeah,
Just
that's
keep it right
fine.
here.
I
Keep it right here.
That's fine.
I can keep a beat.
I'm more I can't dance, so let's just like go with the can't dancing
She
thing.
said everyone can dance. Though.
Everybody has
You've got a
dancing in them.
chance.
Okay, then I don't know how to dance as of right now. And so I bring this up in every podcast, but it sounds pretentious. I shot a movie in Chicago recently.
Oh my God. That's sick.
Thank you. And so in one of the scenes, it was, I don't know if I can say this. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The guy that plays my boyfriend and I are dancing, and we like have to like super obnoxiously dance because I have to like take over the dance floor like it's my
Oh
bitch.
my God.
And like so we're just like, I'll show you the videos later. We're just going at it in the worst way.
They
like,
just told you to freestyle it?
yep. And like I can't
man.
dance at all. And I was like, you, me, we're just gonna go for it. Like no one is in this room watching, and we're
That's
just
how you
gonna
gotta do it,
absolutely go. Well, you'll see these videos, and I'm not so sure you're gonna say that after that, but it's hilarious.
Sure,
it
it's
was
fine.
it was really fun.
Who's the pinnacle? Who's the Michael Jordan of dancing?
Oh, that's a good
Oh
question.
yeah.
The Michael Jordan of dancing.
I just don't know the world at
there's
all.
so many.
But is there anyone where it's like undeniable?
Like they'll walk into a dance class and every dancer knows them.
I'm sure.
There's plenty. But if I say a name, you're going to be like, okay.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Have you ever thought about acting or anything like that in the entertainment world, or just?
I've thought about acting for sure. I'm not an actor. I'm not good at it, but I can do one character with confidence.
Wait, is it the?
Your
that's the
Jersey
stat-
mom?
the
My Staten Island mom.
Oh,
If
what is-
somebody told me, like, you booked a role as Staten Island mom in this movie, I would be so excited.
What'd you think of the movie King of Staten Island?
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay, I was wondering
I
if it was
wa-
well represented or not.
No, it was.
Okay.
I think that's why people love when I do it if they didn't live that lifestyle because it's so like extreme.
The way you do
So
it on TikTok, is that pretty accurate?
that's my mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. But watching The King of Staten Island, it was just like watching my cousins.
The way
Oh,
you
yeah,
Like,
that makes
oh,
sense,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
What-
like, yeah.
the way you did like your Staten Island mom is like it's every Italian mom. The difference is just like the accent.
Yeah.
But like, oh my gosh, you like in one of your things, you're like, where'd you get these chairs? Oh my
These
god, they're
chairs.
gorgeous. I was like,
You're gorgeous,
oh
Anne
my
Marie.
gosh,
Yeah.
I was like,
I know.
oh
It's
my
like
gosh.
painful how
and
accurate.
forgetting the gift when you were going over to your aunts or like your
Oh, that was
cousins.
really funny.
It's the end. If you did not bring that box of favorite chocolates,
My mother would have wringed my neck.
oh my gosh, my mother did ring my neck. If I
Oh my
forgot the bottle of
God.
wine,
Oh,
if I
forget
forgot
it.
the chocolates,
The
oh my-
cannolis,
oh
the big
my-
ziti, forget it.
Oh,
No.
how'd she forget the?
She would crucify me.
Oh my god,
No.
you're dead. She's like
Dead on the
now
floor.
I'm showing up to this house with nothing in my hands, and it's just I look ungrateful.
She's
made us
digging my
look
grave.
awful.
My mother's digging my grave.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
it.
it's so funny.
Dude, I feel like I'm back in Italy right now. Like the
Or it's like-
accents came out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to relate it to something, you know when you're already late for school and you forget your backpack.
Yeah,
It's
that's
that
perfect.
feeling. It is that feeling when you have to be like,
That's perfect.
hey mom, mom.
I wouldn't even ask my mom. I couldn't even tell her. No.
Yeah, but then you
I'd be
get
too
there and
scared.
then you're like, well, why wouldn't you tell me in the car?
Yeah.
And you're
Right.
like, "I-
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah,
right?
literally. So don't forget the baked ziti, otherwise you're
Don't forget. Yeah.
Well, good to know if I ever had an Italian mother. You know,
I know.
If I ever have,
You know,
if I ever get one of those.
if I reincarnate somehow and I come back,
I hope
as-
I just bring that energy, like as a mom. I hope I really bring that energy.
I think my poor kids. I think I got it in me.
I think I have that in me too. Which is like,
Which one of you guys do you think will be the disciplinary?
I forgot the chicken.
What chicken?
What are you
It was
talking
Swiss
about?
chicken tonight. I forgot
Oh,
the
I'm
chicken.
sorry. We'll figure it out later.
I thought we were getting panda burritos.
I'm definitely doing that. I
That's a
can't
good call.
not.
Yeah,
I
of course
know.
you cannot.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it.
But either of you guys going to be the disciplinarian?
I think me.
You?
Yeah.
More stern. He'll think like the teddy bear, like, oh,
Yeah.
was mommy mean?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
That's how my
stern.
parents are.
I'm pretty stern.
Yeah.
Like I would. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my mother's energy.
I definitely am.
I hope not to the extent my mother brings her
That's
energy.
exactly what I. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not. But like, I got it in me.
yeah.
Do you have the Italian fire? Like when you get mad, is it?
I don't get loud when I don't know actually. I'm definitely not as nasty as some Italian women, but I can get really loud. Not talking about my mother. I got, but also kinda.
I got the fire and the volume.
I definitely have an attitude.
I got the fire, volume, and attitude.
Are you quick to switch though? Like if something bugs you, are you quickly get mad, or is it a gradual?
Quickly.
And then
Yeah.
Short temper.
But do you also
Oh, so
like
it's
come
an
down
Italian
quickly?
thing.
Like are you
Yeah.
totally fine?
I say it's like bipolar. It's definitely not, but I'm definitely like on and off
Me
throughout the
too.
day. And I'll hit a wall and then I'll be like up. And everyone's just like, what is, like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine.
And to somebody that's not used to it, it's
We look crazy.
We look insane.
insane.
And then I try to explain to them, like, I know it seems weird, but this and that. And then Heath is that person that's like, don't worry. Like, you're fine. You're literally fine. But it's hard to tell people how I'm feeling because if I'm like this,
Oh, you.
I'm having a good time.
I'm having a great.
I'm having a blast.
Yo, I'm having a great time.
I'm
Keep
just like
talking.
taking in what's happening. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
the same way. Comedy show, I'm the one not laughing but enjoying it
Yes.
as much as anyone.
I
Yeah.
don't laugh out loud in comedy shows.
I'm so
but
glad
I'm just like,
that blows.
I
my
can bring a
mind.
mask now so they don't know I'm not laughing, but I'm like really enjoying it. So it's a good hack now.
yeah.
But
I laugh at. I'm a very, very loud person, and all my emotions are like laid out on the table. If I really know you, all my emotions are laid out on the table. So it's like, and it doesn't take long to set me off. I've got a very short, like, boom, and then it's like
Yeah.
it's in the pasta.
immediate.
It's got to be in the pasta.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. I don't know. I've got a pretty short temper, but then immediately I can come down, which is like also really weird to people.
Yeah.
Because like I know, like Zach, for instance, if people get into an argument with Zach, it's just like boom, he's done for the day. Like he's like, and that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It just is not how that works for me. I'm literally just like, ah!
I think it's also like I
Crap.
have a quick temper, but I'm also very understanding. So I'm good at controlling it. So I'm like very like Heath and we don't argue ever. We'll have like a disagreement and then we'll just like literally discuss it. Like I don't think he's ever raised his voice at me. I've never raised my voice at him. But if it's like, if my friend's being an idiot, then I'll like yell. It's different. I think our relationship is like really.
Yeah, I just
You
don't
guys-
know how to be quiet. I don't know how to have an inside voice. I really
Oh,
don't.
that's me. At a restaurant, everyone's like, shh. I'm like, I can't even hear myself.
Oh my gosh, I'm not even that loud. And they're like, I don't think you understand how loud you are. Like every time I'm like, hey, good morning.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you so fucking loud?
I'm excited. I'm just talking.
Oh my gosh, that was my least favorite thing. Like when I get really excited in a story, I get very loud and I'm very like,
Yeah.
"Ah," and everyone's like, you're being so loud. And then immediately I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Are you guys mostly on like the same page with things? Like, do you guys have that hive mind now? That
Yeah.
especially probably in quarantine, you guys probably spend every second together. Are you in a store and like look at something and be like, you see that girl do that thing? Yeah, yeah. And you just,
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
that's awesome.
I feel like
really
us three are spending that much time together. We're always on the same page in situations now.
Probably.
100%. That's what happens when you spend 24/7 with people.
What do you got, Jared?
I got some red flags. Do we want to play this?
Do you like card games, board games?
Yes.
Would you mind playing one with us?
Sure.
You know, we're just trying to.
Sure.
This is like
Of course.
the Dropout special right here. This
Okay.
is like our go-to.
Have you played Red Flags before?
No.
Okay, so this is how it works.
I've seen red flags.
Okay, so normally, like you pass cards around, it's a lot more intense. Right now, we're just going to deal 2 cards to everyone and 1 red card. So we're trying to create the perfect date for someone,
Okay.
or the perfect person to date. So for you, my 2 cards would be a great kisser, takes you on the best dates, but is literally a cat. And then hers would be something, and you have to pick which date you'd rather go on,
Okay.
or like which person you'd rather date, and then we'll just go around. Everybody gets to go once. So that's how we do it. Okay. So first, all right, Mariah, you can go first. We're gonna create a date for you, if that's okay.
Yeah. That's,
All right,
that's
Jared,
perfect.
who is her first guy?
All right, her first guy. Get ready for this.
is Heath, hopefully.
Well, does Heath have the same favorite foods?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. And he can get you both into literally anywhere. So any concert, any event, any whatever, he can get you in.
Unfortunately,
Sounds good.
Unfortunately, For as long as you date them, your genitals will itch constantly.
Oh God.
Okay, you gotta weigh the option.
You gotta weigh.
Indy? Read yours.
For her.
Oh, I was like, why are you looking at me like that? Okay. He owns a magic carpet.
Okay, that's a big move.
Skip LA traffic.
I love that.
Go anywhere you need.
Okay.
Flying.
A
Right.
whole new world.
Live out your Aladdin dreams.
Uh-huh.
Right. He's a lumberjack. You know,
Interesting.
Strong.
he's in shape.
Has a lot of plaid.
Right.
I don't know anything about him.
He's strong.
He's
He
strong.
and he can chop you wood.
Nice, because LA winters are terrible.
Fuck. He has
However.
he has a 1-word vocabulary, and it's the word cunt.
That is not where I thought these cards were. Okay, got it.
That's all he said.
That's all he says.
1-word vocab.
So you really gotta look in his eyes and see what he means by it, because it could be endearing. You never know. It's just him.
He'd be like,
Yeah.
cunt.
All right, this guy.
Aw.
It says
That's
owns a blank. So I'm gonna go with owns with a prolific dance studio. Hopefully that means something to you.
God.
Okay.
Sold. That one.
Also a Marine. Don't know how he juggles both, but
That's unbelievable.
genitals do taste like old milk though.
Oh God.
Oh.
So which out of all these three would you rather date?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
just saying.
Freaking
Mine has
kidding
the same favorite foods.
And can get
So-
you in anywhere.
And can get you in
But
anywhere.
you got itchy. Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
itchy
that
coochie.
is that's a definite no. Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, this one you don't have to ever taste down there.
Yeah, you don't actually have to go.
So
Oh
thi-
yeah, what the of course, yeah. Dance
Boom.
studio. But then Marine, do I never see him?
Possibly, but he's in
Could
the
be
country.
retired.
Oh, I never see him, so I won't even have to deal
What I
with
have
that
to
red
taste is-
flag. Okay,
Oh my
perfect.
God.
Obviously, so I get a dance studio. That's
That
it.
is
I
the
love
dream right there.
Done.
All right, Indy, let's
Yeah.
make a date for you.
Oh yay!
All right, Indy believes you are the most attractive person they've ever seen.
Wow. You'll
Oh,
never
hell
have
yeah.
confidence
You like that?
issues ever.
Oh, and think about this: makes you feel secure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I feel like
Okay.
you kind of did the first
My
one.
I do need a lot of reassurance and
Well, good. Then that should outweigh this last card. Unfortunately, sells one of your organs every time you fall asleep.
What?
Just every time.
If, okay. Well,
So you're dead in a couple days.
Yeah. So this one is a death sentence, but you feel secure till you die. So
Not bad.
Jared.
So this guy, he's an airline pilot, which means he can take you all around the world.
I like that.
Thank
Right.
you.
I don't have to spend too much
And
money
then-
on a flight back home.
Exactly. And then while you're traveling, being a little wanderlust, you have there's
Amber Alert.
Amber Alert. That's fine. Going off of that, while you're being a little wanderlust, you have the best sex ever. Okay. But I don't know how it's the best sex ever when he literally ejaculates bees.
Bees?
Bees.
Hell no.
you love honey.
I fucking hate bees.
Cut out the middleman.
Like you better do me good here because both of these suck.
No, it's not. any
She
better.
said,
It's-
honey.
Fuck.
Okay.
I hate bees. So I'm not gonna die, but I fucking hate bees. I hate them so much.
Well, just as long as he doesn't ejaculate, you're good.
Yeah, he just runs into the other room.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Okay, you ready? This is my favorite card in the world because it's my favorite thing in the world. Okay, has a magic bag that contains unlimited cheese. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's nice.
You're not crazy about cheese?
I'm not that crazy. I like
Fake Italian.
I like
I
it.
was-
No.
Thank you.
I like it in things, but it's like I'm not just gonna eat cheese.
Oh,
Well,
no, I
dude,
eat
I
blocks
could-
of
don't be
cheese.
Fuck up
disrespectful.
cheese.
Yeah.
I can
Oh
fuck
my
up
God.
a block of brie.
Oh, hell yeah.
I can.
Oh, that felt
Okay,
deep.
good answer. I like that. Show me
That one-
fuck up block of brie.
I can fuck up a block of brie.
Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Okay. Oh my God, this is great. Perfect communicator.
Okay, I like that. I need a good communicator with me.
However,
However,
eats their own feces.
oh God, these are all absolutely so
He's
off.
That's
hungry, Indy.
horrible.
Okay, well you're out. I'm not dying.
What?
That's disgusting. So
I
I,
don't
have
know
to
if
pick
you
Jared.
know this, but feces goes great with cheese, with some cheddar.
That's a
some
fact. Fact check that.
Oh, you're going with
Yeah,
me?
I'm gonna have to go with you.
Yeah, he just runs in
I
because
don't- no,
until
I
he
don't- I-
ejaculates bees, it's the best sex ever.
I don't have to.
Roll a clip.
Yeah, but he doesn't. I don't have to. Like he doesn't have an opinion.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
He doesn't have to finish.
Well, yeah.
I can just make sure that doesn't.
Unless you just
Evil.
want to start a little beehive. The Bee Movie, Part 2.
According to
I
all
love that movie.
known laws of aviation.
I love that movie. The B
All right.
movie's great.
Jared, you're up first.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're building a girl for Zach.
Okay.
This girl,
Love
I had
her.
that last time. Shoot. Owns a time machine
Come on, it's kind of a
So-
trump card.
already. I had that last time. And she's driven. Okay, owns a time machine, driven.
Don't need a
Obviously,
second one.
have to be driven to build a time machine. This one's not even that bad. Kind of immature. Just has a dog named My Dick.
Not bad.
No, I mean, I got a time
You
machine.
got
I
a
think I
time
could put up with
machine
old.
and has like a 6-year-old sense of humor. So
Completely fine.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. I don't think I want that time machine anymore. Your dog's name's what? Okay.
Maybe you can use a time machine to fast forward when the dog passes away.
I was thinking go back in time to change the dog's name, but you're right.
Oh yeah.
We'll kill the dog.
We'll kill the dog. Me?
Yeah.
Okay. You literally will not age when you date them.
it's pretty good.
Volunteers with elderly people.
Oh my god, this woman.
Maybe she can find our Amber Alert.
Oh yeah.
I sure hope so.
However, everything they touch literally turns to shit.
Dude, what cards are you getting?
That's pretty good.
was so
That's
good.
not bad. That's not the worst thing.
Does it count?
Everything they touch turns to shit.
Does it
everything.
count if she wears gloves? Is she like actually?
let me check the back.
the fine
Fucking
print.
hell.
God, you were
You'll
doing
10.
so well.
It's a famous movie star.
Okay.
Owns their own production company.
Okay.
Wow.
I got a blank.
Sounds perfect.
Oh.
Masturbates exclusively to Kid Rock.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh.
That's a personality trait. That's something I can get behind. Let's roll a clip. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the time machine, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I've absolutely got to.
Like honestly, you just call the dog Dick and say it's short for Richard. You know?
That's a power
Why
play,
is
Jared. That's a power play.
Why
is that a nickname?
Is that the nickname for Richard?
There has to have been just one Richard that was just a dick, and like that's always been my go-to.
I guess.
Okay, Jared, this is for you.
All right.
Oh, I go last. Mariah, you're first.
I'm first. Hell yeah, this is good. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Owns a penthouse suite in your favorite city.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
The lead singer of your favorite band.
Oh my God.
Who's your favorite band?
Lenny.
Well, he's a producer, not necessarily a band. My favorite band.
Just say Haley Steinfeld's band.
Yeah, her band.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay, so Haley Steinfeld.
Oh,
However, Haley does yell "fuck you" at every baby she sees.
Oh,
That's
I'll
fine.
yell with her. Okay, sign me up.
Okay.
Jared's a big baby hater, aren't you, Jared?
Not baby hater. I'm just not the biggest fan of kids.
Is a millionaire.
Get out.
A millionaire.
Okay, so is Haley Steinfeld.
So
Also, she hates babies.
Loves children.
Well,
we just learned about that.
I'm out. Always drinks a bottle of wine before driving.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's
Yeah,
not-
I know.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, not her.
Always makes time for you. You've had time before, haven't you?
I've had time.
You've had time. And
Yes.
have you ever wanted to spend with a girl?
A lot of time. Yeah.
Okay.
Bingo.
All right, there we go.
Have you ever heard of a vampire?
yes.
Is one. And it
Wow.
says the sexy kind.
the sexy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You're
I'm
telling
binge
me-
watching Vampire Diaries right now, and actually, I don't actually think Stefan or Damon are sexy at all. Like, I don't think they're good looking.
Well, that's a hot take.
Maybe Damon. Maybe Damon is like kind of like good looking,
All right.
but like vampire. The whole like idea of a vampire is kind of like, ooh.
I could live forever. That'd be sick.
Also, they do collect STDs. It says it on the card,
So
but
casual. If I'm not mistaken.
if I'm not mistaken by reading,
They collect them.
yeah.
Okay.
So they got a few, and they're proud of it. Sounds like by the collect.
yeah, that's a good collection.
They do what they
Choose
love.
your
I'm
character.
not gonna take part in that. I'm gonna go with Haley Steinfeld.
That's disrespectful. We brought you on the show not to make us feel bad. But. All right, what's our time at, Jared?
We could probably wrap it up now. Yeah.
Well, okay. You've been an amazing guest.
Thank you for having
we
me.
really appreciate you coming on. Thank you for
Anytime.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
You've been great. You've kind of broken the nerve of us because we've never had somebody on the podcast that we hadn't met before.
Like a total stranger.
Yeah.
So like you've broken it for us, and this is a great time for us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
This is
this
Thank
is
you for
really
joining
cool.
us.
And where can everybody find you?
well, I do that at the end.
Oh, sorry, so sorry. Jeez,
I do it.
this is Italian camera.
Well, I guess you can.
Yeah, right? Look at that. Quick.
Is my job.
Go ahead, darling. Go for
Mariah
it.
Amato on everything. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Club Penguin.
Oh my gosh, I love Club Penguin.
Webkins.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
Hey,
do I wrap this up?
Wrap it up.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Dropouts. I'm Indiana. That's Zach Justice. That's Jabber Music. This is
Mariah Amato.
We'll see you guys next week for another episode of Dropouts.
If you stay till the end, make sure to DM me a picture of your favorite Italian dish
And send me cheese.
and send
Oh,
her
yes.
cheese to her P.O. box. Just mountains of it.